If traditional sexual practices just aren't doing it for you anymore, perhaps you don't have the right hardware. Today I'm going to be profiling 5 of the most bizarre, the strangest sex toys I've been able to track down on the internet. And of course this video is brought to you by our sponsor CondomJungle.com. Hit the description for a link to their website where you can stock up on condoms and of course hump responsibly. The first bizarre sex toy that we're going to talk about today is the pigtail butt plug. Yeah, take a look at that. Brings a whole new meaning to the word porking. Now, yes, this does actually exist. The manufacturer has a quote on their website. They say, "Make 'em squeal loud and hard with their new black pigtail butt plug. It doesn't get much more humiliating than this." And I agree with them. I do think that that would be quite humiliating. I did not know that sex was supposed to be as humiliating as possible. It sometimes ends up that way, usually accidentally. But yeah, this is interesting for a couple of different reasons. One, if you're kind of into animals and you get the pig vibe, but also, if you enjoy having sex while drinking, it should be relatively easy to get your wine bottle open with this thing. Yeah, I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of the pigtail butt plug, if only because it looks like, kind of like a lawnmower thing, like you could pull it out really quickly, and that's delicate equipment down there. But if you're not into pigs and perhaps you prefer ponies, have you considered the brony butt plug? Disclaimer, I am not a brony. I've never watched an episode of this show, for much the same reason that I've never walked in the front door of a Scientology center. I have full faith in how persuasive they can be, and I just want to live that lifestyle. But if you're interested in the lifestyle, consider this butt plug. Now, perhaps you won't be plugging it into the rear end of a porn star, but it is still kind of attractive in a weird way. The long, flowing hair, it's almost like we're an animal once again. And if you're a big fan of riding, why not make your partner look like a horse? Bizarre sex toy number 3, this is the Houdini locking steel cock chastity. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Houdini perform this particular trick, and I don't actually know if it's possible to break into it. In fact, the idea, going by what the manufacturer says, is the tubular steel design makes it impossible to masturbate with this in place, and the ratcheting cuff makes sure it stays put until the keymaster is in the mood to release you. I guess if you're having control problems, then separating your hand from your junk with a little bit of steel, maybe that seems appealing, but I assume that this is more for play with a partner who wants to be in control of you. Now look, again, this is not something that I'm personally into, and I'm certainly not judging. I just don't see the appeal. Now, if you're a big fan of this, if you think that having someone be in control of your sexual release, then feel free to let us know in the comments. But no, I imagine there are a couple of potentially hidden risks involved in this. 1, if you lose the key, then you could be screwed. 2, if you need to piss, then you could make a massive mess all over the place. And 3, what about when it comes to cleaning it? I don't want to get benzene all over my man parts. Okay, so apparently I had animals on the mind while I was searching for these, because the second to last bizarre sex toy for today is the orca. Perhaps you recently watched the gripping documentary Blackfish and saw the scene where they had to masturbate the male whale, and you thought, man, I gots to get me some of that. If so, feel free to purchase the orca. The manufacturer assures us that it is over 15 inches without the base, and God knows what it is with the base. For one thing, with the 15 inches, you've already destroyed all of your vital organs. When you whip the base on there, you might as well just have sex with Willy. Yeah, this seems like a recipe for someone to burst their abdomen, but I also think that the company is missing a major opportunity here. If people are going to want to have sex with this massive tentacle thing, just make a tentacle. It'll certainly improve your sales in Japan. The final bizarre sex toy for today, I'm going to bring up this picture. I want you to take a look at it. Now, I don't know if it's immediately apparent what that's for, but with this particular sex toy, you're going to want to tread very carefully. This is the rubber fisting mitten. Yes, that mitten that she has that looks like a boxing glove on the end is supposed to penetrate a person's body. Vagina, ass, I don't know what you're into. And you'll want to take note of how far up her arm that goes. That seems like a recipe for disaster. I guess it's a good tool if you want to fist someone while also possibly stroking the inside of their throat, but I don't think the human body is supposed to be penetrated in that way. But if you are going to penetrate it, I like their commitment to safety and hygiene. They specifically say, use plenty of latex-safe silicone lubricant when using this, and don't forget to use some to shine your fisting glove like I have here. But if your goal is to make it look shiny, be sure to take the photos before using it, because I imagine it is going to be a hot mess by the time you're done. I have to admit that tracking down bizarre sex toys is one of the weirdest research assignments that I've had for 2ITU, and for now I think I'll leave it to the professionals and just engage in some regular sex play. And if you're going to do that, you want to be protected, and if you're out of condoms, head down to the description below. You'll find a link to CondomJungle.com. You order your condoms there, they'll ship them safely, discreetly, and quickly to your door, whether you're in the US or abroad, and they can help you to, as always, hump responsibly.